How's it going, guys? This is Bad Writer Alumni here with another video on the upcoming layout for my new series. Now, like I said before, the new series isn't going to be like my old series where Percy's dumb and James and Emily are going to have a family and there's adult jokes everywhere, here and there, stuff like that. No. What I want to do is make the series a lot closer to the model series because the one thing I'm not proud of with my old series is how it wasn't very close to the classic series, like the actual series that you remember watching as a kid. So that's what I'm kind of all about now. And as you can see, I replaced some of the old buildings from my series because some of those buildings weren't really buildings you would see in the actual show, like 7-Eleven or stuff like that. So I kind of move them around. You have the hotel and movie theater right there, and you have the arcade all the way over there. So I'm planning on getting myself buildings for this layout that are pretty accurate to the actual model series, so you can expect that in the new layout. But without further ado, let's go ahead and give you guys around this new layout and see what I've accomplished so far. The first thing that I've been working on right here is Tidmouth Sheds right here, and the one thing I was going to add to it is the pond from Gordon Takes a Dip. And as you can see, I put a lot of like bushes and stuff around it so it can look like overgrown, if you know what I mean. So, like all the way around. Even under the track itself too, like it's growing from underneath the tracks, in a way. At the moment right now, I am kind of having a struggle with the turntable because like the turntable itself isn't working very properly. And like, let's take Thomas right here since he's a model I have out right now. So I would actually like move him out here first, but then let's give him a little tap. Yeah, that's the problem about these HO scale tracks is that like they're a pain in the butt to use sometimes, where trains get stuck or get all like they just glitch out, you know, all riggedy along the track too. But eventually we get going. Okay, there he goes right now, but he stops right there. That's not even a part of the glitching. He literally stops right there. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna try again and show you guys one more time. First, I just gotta get him running first. All right. Shit. Okay. Shoot. Okay. See, right there. He stops right there. So the turntable, I don't know if you guys saw that. Please tell me you did. Like, he's gonna... There's gonna need some like super cleaning for this one, like lots and lots of cleaning, and hopefully we don't have to buy another turntable. Let's hope not. So here's a little update to the whole scenario with the turntable. I just got done being in a call with Andrew, and he told me that there actually is a wire underneath the turntable that a track must be connected to. Otherwise, the turntable isn't going to work on engines when they come across it. So basically, the wire, there's only like one wire though. And if you own the Bachmann Thomas and Friends Tidmouth Sheds kit, you will look under the turntable and you'll see there's a wire underneath that comes from the middle and comes right to the track. That's called the power track. And with the power track, that's the most important one in the turntable because you got to have another track connecting to this track. Otherwise, no engines are going to come right onto the turntable. Observe. A lot better than before, am I right? Right next door, you have Knapford Station, and this one I actually extended a lot compared to how Knapford Station looked in the old layout, because in this one I was going to add like a new building, like with windows and doors and whatnot, like in the actual show. And I even added a third track along with the platform itself. So it used to be two tracks on the old layout, but now I added an extra track. As for this, for the warehouse here, I was wondering if I should have it set like how it is right now with the platform sticking towards Knapford, or the platform facing towards Brendam Docks over here. So you guys leave a little comment in the section and tell me what you think. As we back out of Knapford, we also see Henry's Forest over here. That's right, I added a little bit of Henry's Forest with Toby or Stepney's shed right there, if you guys can see that. And I even added a lot of like bushes around it too, so that it would look like a little bit of overgrowth around it as well, just like the pond over back at Tidmouth Sheds over there from Gordon Takes a Dip. I was thinking of like maybe adding a lake right there, because for the whole layout I wanted to add a lake somewhere, and I was thinking right here, but the only problem is that like it probably wouldn't have enough room for it, which is the problem, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, this is Stepney or Toby's shed right here, and the cool thing is it lights up. One sec, I'll show you. There you go. So it lights up in there. Now, what I'm using for this is like LED lights, like right under the roof, if you guys can see that. I have the switch in the back too. So if the switch is right here. Mostly you would use that for like empty bottles or something like that to light it up. So I'm using it for lights on the layout, like this one for example. Another cool thing I added to this part of the layout is like I added a little bit of like green stuff around here too, like grass or stuff like that, that you could like just throw right onto the layout and make it look a lot more realistic. I use that as like overgrowth around the track too. And I can tell you one thing I'm really proud of myself is I can't help but get a little Classic Series vibe when looking around this part of the layout. I even added 2 handmade trees I made to this part of the layout. As you can see, what I did was that I took a plastic toy tree and took all the plastic leaves off of them, and I just replaced them with like the green bushes that I used to put around the layout. So I just thought that was pretty clever. I have one right here and I have one over here. But as we come out the other side of Henry's Forest, we end up at Brendam Docks. Now for the docks, it really isn't much. All I have so far is a signal, the warehouse, a little entrance where you come out onto the docks, and Cranky himself. But I also do plan to add Big Mickey and Carly, maybe, if I can find a way to make my own cousin Big Mickey. And as for Carly, we'll see. The beach right now looks like shit because I have like all these other things like right on top of it. Because a lot of these trees and picnic tables right here, I was going to plan to build a hill right here for my N scale layout for the narrow gauge engines, but that part I'll get to later on. Because for right now, I have another part of the layout that I want to show you guys that I was going to do. And it's that I was going to have Maithwaite Station right here. But the coolest thing about this one is that I added 2 tracks here. But not just there being 2 tracks, but I also put a lot of trees all around it to look just like the show a little bit. You got some right here and some trees over here, including some bushes on each end a little bit too, along with the road as well, where I plan to put a little railroad crossing right here eventually, and have the road come from here and go all the way towards where Knapford is. Now, when it comes to Maithwaite, these 3 bushes I added here would actually be flowers, but I don't really have any, so I decided to take like some individual grass and roll them up into 3 balls and put them like right here. But I actually think of replacing them with flowers. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And over here, with part of the road right next to Maithwaite, it happens to continue as well. Like, I do plan to put a little curve that would go whoop right this way and alongside the track as well, just like the other road was. And right down the track from Maithwaite, we have the new and improved Henry's Tunnel with 2 tracks this time. Now, I was going to add like 2 tracks along this new layout to make it seem a lot more accurate to the show too, so that like some engines could be passing by each other or right next to each other like in the show, you know? And it would just like come right through here and right out the other way and right towards where the windmill is going to be. Now for the windmill, I'm not going to be using the old Ertl windmill like I've had in my old videos. Instead, I'm going to be using the new operating working windmill that Bachmann made. So that windmill is not going to be standing there. I'm only using that so that I can see where I'm going to put the windmill. So, and when I say windmill, I mean this one. Now this next part, this one's pretty cool. I added the magic buffers to the layout. I have the overgrowth, all the trees and everything, and just hitting right into that area right there. So that is probably one of the most unique things I added to my Thomas layout. My new one, at least, is the magic buffers from the Magic Railroad. Now I'm going to show you another big update to the new layout, and that is the narrow gauge layout using N-scale track here. Now, I also added the Crovan's Gate Station right over here so that you would have the narrow gauge engines coming down this track and the standard gauge engines coming down this track. Just like in the show, you know? And over here is the little shed where the narrow gauge engines come and rest every night or come and hang out. I also do plan to put a little, like, bush or something over here, like ivy or something like that, just to make it look a bit identical to how it looked in the show. And up ahead, I have this. Now, just like the magic buffers, this is another unique thing I added to my new Thomas layout, and that is a mine tunnel. Now, the one cool thing I did with this mine tunnel was that I added a little switch, like right at the beginning of this portal right here, so that like it can go to like either this track or that track. Now, the one pain in the ass thing that it's gonna be with this thing is like switching it back and forth when it's all gonna be like closed in and everything. But which is why I was gonna keep this point facing straight so that like if Scarloey, Rheneas, Peter Sam, or Rusty happen to come through here, they would only just go this way only. But if they went through here, they just, you know, like, if they only go here, they only go through one way only, and that's that portal over there. But they can still come through this portal and out the other way if I did that. Well, as long as they don't derail. But in case if it's probably for the best, I plan to actually stretch out the cord you'll need that is connected to the switch, have it come sneak through Henry's tunnel and out here so that, like, I can actually switch it without having to reach my hand inside. Speaking of which, I also do plan for Henry's tunnel and the mine tunnel to be sharing the same tunnel together too, so that should actually be clever. And that way, a lot different from the last tunnel, I might have a little hole here too, so that in case of a train derails inside, I can just reach my hand in and take it out just like that. Now, the last thing I'm going to share with you guys in this video for this whole layout for now is this mountainside that I'm working on with the narrow gauge layout. So it all starts from over here with the Crovan's Gate Station, and if an engine goes straight, it'll just go up this little hill here and they'll be on a little mountainside, and they come across the bridge that leads to this hill part that I'm gonna add, or maybe a mountain, something like that. I did promise I was gonna get to this part for you guys, and now here we are. So this was what I promised you guys I would get to earlier when I was showing you all the crap that I have on the beach over there. Alright guys, that was all I have for this update video. I hope you enjoyed all of that, and I do plan to add a lot more to the layout sometime soon, but probably not for a while. I mean, well, I plan to get some stuff for Christmas too, so that's actually on my list, and that won't be for another month, so we'll see how that goes. Actually, my friend Sean actually sent me some. Now, here's a little update on the lady model from that update video that I did with Andrew a while back. He actually sent me a link of something that Shapeways have made that could actually help me make a new lady model, and probably one with working side rods too. So that should be fun. Just fingers crossed on that one. And I even have the animation, so it'll definitely be a long time till the next update. Like, I'll be working on animation for Tadmar too, so I got nothing else to say. I'm pretty tired from like all the stuff I've been editing here. But anyways, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later on. Take care, guys.